All right, engineers, project managers, listen up. Consider this your official mission briefing. Today, we are building the tactical blueprint, the step-by-step guide you need to absolutely conquer those high-stakes engineering interviews in Saudi Arabia. Let's get into it. So, you've got one shot, one chance to land a career-defining role with a major player out there. The real question isn't just if you're qualified, it's whether you're tactically prepared for what's about to come. Let's make sure you are. You know, mission success always starts long before you ever step into that interview room. So phase one is all about intelligence gathering. It's about assembling the critical assets that are going to get you past that first line of defense. Okay, your primary weapons in this fight, they're your CV and your digital profile. Your CV, it needs to be clean, it needs to be focused on results, and this is the big one, it's got to be optimized for the applicant tracking system. And your LinkedIn profile, it has to be a perfect mirror of that CV, reinforcing your expertise and showing off those key project wins. So what even is this ATS thing? Well, think of it like an automated gatekeeper, a bot. It's a piece of software that scans your CV looking for very specific keywords pulled directly from the job description. And if those keywords aren't in your CV, your application gets tossed before a human being ever even lays eyes on it. So your first objective is simple: get past this machine. Next up, your tactical portfolio. This is your proof of work. Look, don't just tell them you can do the job, you've got to show them. Include some sanitized engineering drawings, P&IDs, that's piping and instrumentation diagrams, or maybe some SLDs to prove your technical chops. Show them project dashboards to display your command of KPIs, and definitely include site photos to give them real, tangible evidence of your hands-on experience. And finally, let's talk credentials. In the Saudi market, some certifications are pretty much non-negotiable. PMP is the absolute gold standard for project managers. Having NABASH or OSHA shows you're serious about safety, which is just paramount over there. And for certain roles, having credentials from the SEC, that's the Saudi Electricity Company, or the Royal Commission, well, that could be the single thing that sets you apart. All right, so you've made it past the digital screening. You're through the gate. Now, let's move on to interview day itself. This is all about executing your entry strategy and completely mastering that critical first impression. Believe me, those first 5 minutes are a performance. Your attire has to be professional, no excuses. Your 30-second introduction should be this powerful, pre-scripted summary of the value you bring. You got to project confidence through your posture and your eye contact. And always, always close with a firm handshake. This isn't just about being polite, it's strategy. Now, what happens if they throw you a total curveball, a question you just can't answer? Whatever you do, never ever bluff. The professional tactic is to use this exact phrase. You acknowledge the question, you state your intention to follow up, and you move on. Trust me, they will respect you way more for your honesty than for a failed guess. Okay, now we're at the very core of the mission. The technical and situational interrogation. This is where they really test your depth, your problem-solving skills, and your composure under some serious pressure. This is where your intelligence gathering pays off. You have to know your target. I mean, look at this slide. Every company has a different core focus. If you're walking into an interview at Aramco, your answers better be packed with technical safety. For the Royal Commission, you need to be thinking big picture infrastructure and urban planning. SABIC, it's all about process chemistry and plant efficiency. And the SEC is going to be grilling you on power grids. You have to tailor your answers. Get ready for a scenario exactly like this one. This isn't just a technical question. It's a test of your ethics, your communication, and your decision-making when you're under extreme pressure. Your boss is telling you to compromise safety to stay on schedule. What do you do? Here's your playbook. The very first thing you do is state the safety and the quality control implications. That is your number one priority. Then you present a clear, actionable plan to fix the issue. And this is crucial. You quantify the impact. You talk about the cost of fixing it now versus the potentially catastrophic cost of ignoring it. And you hammer home the need to communicate this to every single stakeholder. Okay, so now we know how to handle those tough scenarios. Let's give you the ultimate weapon for structuring every single one of your behavioral answers to get the maximum possible impact. It's time to deploy the STAR method. The STAR method is so simple, but it is an incredibly powerful framework. What it does is it forces you to tell a complete, evidence-based story instead of just giving some vague, fuzzy answer. You start by defining the situation, then you describe your task, You explain the action you took, and, this is the most important part, you detail the result. So let's put it into practice. Here's a classic project management question, one you're almost guaranteed to get in some form. A subcontractor is causing a critical delay. This is the perfect opportunity to deploy the STAR method. And this slide just illustrates it perfectly. Just look at the flow. First, the situation. Be specific. A key subcontractor delayed HVAC materials on a hospital project. Next, the task. What was your objective? To get back on schedule. Then the actions. What did you actually do? You called a meeting, you enforced a penalty clause, you got creative. And finally, the result. The project was delivered on time. It's a perfect, complete story. But hold on, we can make that answer even stronger. The final killer move is to add a number. So you didn't just deliver the project on time, you also saved 12% in potential rework costs. You see that? That one quantifiable metric makes your answer unforgettable. It proves you deliver real, tangible value. So there it is. The blueprint is in your hands. You have the intel, you have the tools, and you have the tactics. Your mission is clear. The only question left is, are you